What's up, guys? Artifact here. We're back. This time we have a special video. The new champ just got released on the PBE. I know everyone's seen the teasers and the trailers about her already. Her name is Samira. She's known as a Desert Rose. I tried to actually get a PBE game with her so that I could show that to you guys and kind of theorycraft with her there, but it's like impossible to get that game. If you get Samira, people dodge. If you don't get Samira, you have to dodge, and so it's like pretty hard to get a game. And like the custom games, you have to have 10 people. Um, that's gonna take too long for me to find right now. So I just wanted to quickly go through the champ, go through her skins, go through her abilities, her new skin and stuff. Which do they have here? They might have it. Yep, they have it right here. Look at that. It looks amazing. The psyops line looks beautiful. Great job, Riot. Um, you will be taking my money, unfortunately. Um, so I guess we could just hop right into it. I'm probably gonna go over the abilities, kind of theorycraft like items and builds and different runes and things like that. Stick around, stay tuned, guys. And if you like the video, make sure you subscribe, comment what you think would be a good build, and what you think which lane she should play, and we can have a little discussion here. All right. So let's get started. So it looks like she's some kind of like bandit type of a character. She has a gun, she has her knife, or her blade, obviously, sword, I should say, probably. Um, Not really a dagger, it's kind of too big, right? Like, she's really like a really cool character. Props to Riot. Rito actually doing work here. And Clearly she's motivated by gold, it looks like, kind of like a Sivir. She actually gives me a lot of Sivir vibes. Um, so that's her little icon there. And then we got the loading screen icon there. Sprite looks pretty good. Not gonna lie, she looks very Bilgewatery. I agree. A lot of people were saying that. So it looks like kind of like the Bilgewater type here. If you took like Sivir and mixed her with MF, you'd get Samira. You know. Maybe a little bit of gangplank there with the eye patch. We'll quickly just go over this stuff. So this looks like her backing animation. Okay, not bad. I mean, nothing great. Decent. Pretty nice splash here. So what the heck is the quality of this video? Jesus. These are our emotes here. Going through them one by one. Nice. She doesn't have an annoying laugh, but it is interesting. Oh, and you can throw the coin at someone, which is really cool. It's kind of like a taunt, telling them they need a little bit more gold to kill you. These are her Qs. She has a ranged Q. She has her melee Q. All of them look really nice. The animations are really nice for this girl. That's her W there. It has two parts to it. I think an initial part and then at the end where she slices again. So it does damage twice. That's her E there. I think she used her Q there with the E. Oh, and so at the bottom, if you guys can notice, you start to see the flames at the bottom when she gets her S stack going. And so there's her W again. Auto attack looks pretty clean too. She's attacking kind of faster. I don't know if that's her base auto attack speed, or probably not, I imagine. But okay, death animation. Drops all her pistols. Sword flies to the ground, kind of like Echo does. Okay, nice, very nice. Not bad at all. I'll move this back over to the middle for you guys. Okay, let's get right into it. So Stats and abilities. All this stuff looks pretty basic. I guess something to note. Attack range is 500. That's decent. It's kind of like mid range. Um, I'd say she's on the bottom half. I think a lot of people have more than 500. She's on the bottom half of it, but she's definitely decent. Definitely workable, and because she has a melee range, she can definitely get up and close and personal with that auto attack range. Um, these are icons again. So it starts with F here. FECBAS. Those are like the tiers for your passive. Um, yeah. So wait, it's just from E to F. E to S. That's definitely an F. If I'm not mistaken, that's an E. That's a C. I don't know if that's like a mistake or something. Maybe it's supposed to be EDCBAS, which would make a lot more sense. Um, so they're called style. All right, cool. So their stacks are called style. Um, and she gains 3.5% movement speed per grade. Okay, so she's gonna be pretty fast. 3.5 times what? 6. Quickly, that's it. 21. 21 movement speed. Percent movement speed. That's pretty good. That's really good, actually. She's gonna be flying. And then, so her melee attacks in melee range deal additional that much magic damage. That's key. It looks like it has an AD scaling, I think. Does that mean AD? Yeah, I think that means AD, right? I think it just that's just damage. Okay. So magic damage, and it looks like it scales per stack. I'm not sure what that thing means there. +2 over here. This is units, so I'm not sure what's going on there. But I think it scales per stack. Increase up to this 0.2 +4 based on targets missing health. Oh, so it's an execute, which is insane actually. You get up close and personal to them and execute them with that um, melee range auto. It's kind of like a Zed. Wow. Okay. Um, And then, so the other part of her passive, this is the broken part, honestly. This is what can make her viable in mid or top because she has so much gank assist with this second part of her pass or third part of her passive. It says her attacks against enemies affected by immobilizing effects knock up for 0.5 seconds, which is a good amount of time, and deal damage over 6 separate attacks. She can also dash into range against targets that are slightly outside her attack range. Um, so if someone gets hit by something from your jungler or your support, you can be out of that 500 attack range. And it says right here, 800 units. Her dash range is 800 units, which is a lot, isn't it? Am I not reading this right? Sorry. Oh, it's probably 300 units on top of that. Yep, that makes sense. 300 units on top of that 500. So she can almost dash. It's pretty close to almost double her attack range. For 800 units, three quarters or 75% of her attack range, which is insane. I feel like I play a lot of Lucian, and someone gets hit by a Thresh Q or something, and they're out of my range. I have to actually use my ability, my E ability, to get that dash, but she gets it for free here with her passive. So that's insane. Let's move on to her Q. We'll come back to the path. We'll come back to all her abilities after we go over them once. Kind of just theory craft from there. So it costs 30 mana, which is nothing. Her base mana here, it says is, where is it? Am I blind? Mana per level is 38. Where's her mana? I'm blind. I have to be blind. They just don't have it here. Okay, well, in any case, level 6 looks like she's at 500. So 30 mana for a Q is absolutely nothing. And okay, so this is important right here. 2 seconds. Her cooldown goes to 2 seconds at level 5, which is insane. Every 2 seconds is auto Q, auto Q, auto Q. That's crazy. Um, so she fires a shot, dealing, you know, 0. Huh. So it doesn't do anything level 1. It's just your total AD. Okay, so it scales off total AD, which is nice. I think that's total AD, right? That's not bonus AD. I think that's total AD. Yeah. Um, so because that would make sense. Bonus AD, you probably don't have anything. It's not gonna do anything. Literally nothing, because it starts off with 0. Um, so total AD. It's the first enemy hit. So it looks like it doesn't go through minions. Um, if this ability is cast towards an enemy in melee range, Samira will instead slash with her sword, dealing same amount of damage. It looks like physical damage, right? Same amount of damage. Yeah, same amount of damage. Either of these can critically strike, which is really good to know. Some kind of crit build would be pretty good on her. Critical strike for 25% bonus damage. So not a whole lot of bonus damage, but that's still significant. That could be the difference between, winning the team fight and not winning the team fight if you get the crits. Um, and then the last part of her Q, it's crazy that all of her abilities have like 3 parts to them. Wild Rush, Wild Rush, which is her E ability. So if she's using a Wild Rush, she can cast her Q will strike all enemies in her path upon completion. So I think I've seen this. What she does is she dashes through, and then behind her she shoots her Q behind her, and it shoots through everything that's behind her. In that line of in the dash line, same line that she came from. This is kind of cool. So she has kind of 3 different types of Q abilities. One is the normal Q where she throws it from a decent amount of range. I think it's nothing like obviously Caitlyn Q. It's probably smaller than even like a Lucian Q. I think it's a fairly short range here. Yeah, but I think it's a little bit longer than an auto attack range. Maybe like 1.5 times their auto attack range is what I'm thinking here from the videos that I've seen and the video we just watched up there. Uh, and then her last or so and then her melee Q is like a cone in front of her, and it looks like it doesn't deal any decreased damage. It does the same amount of damage for all the enemies hit, so it's like a pretty nice AoE ability there. Um, and then her last Q, same thing. Doesn't look like it decreases in any damage based off how many champions or things you're hitting. So again, really nice for AoE. And then we mentioned the cooldown. The damage only goes up till 20, so it looks like it's fully just based off how much AD you have, which is fair. She's an AD carry. Blade Whirl, her W. So important, 60 mana, which is double her Q. It doesn't look like it decreases at all or increases at all. Neither does her Q. As she levels up, which is nice actually. She's probably gonna be a little mana hungry early, but shouldn't have any mana problems afterwards. I don't know if Essence Reaver is gonna be the build on her, but there's a chance that you actually might not even need it later on. Would Tier be a thing on her with her Q spam? Thought. It's actually a legitimate thought. Okay, continuing. Samira slashes around her for 1 second, damaging enemies twice for 80, from 20 to 80, plus 80% 80. Physical damage each, and destroying any enemy missiles that enter the area. So it looks like throughout the duration, she can't be hit with missiles, which is nice. You can activate it a little early and still get the effect. It's probably nowhere near as long as Yasuo Windwall, so it's not that busted. It doesn't take the entire map like Yasuo Windwall does. And she can't just put it up for some of her teammates like Yasuo can. She has to physically put herself in danger if she wants to do that. And this is a decent amount of damage. 80 twice with 80% AD. That's really good. I think this might be the second ability you might want to max. I'm not 100% sure. We'll have to look at her E and her scaling and everything. But this looks like a pretty good ability, and getting so the cooldown is super long. We should have pointed that out earlier, but 30 seconds is huge, insane. I don't think it's worth it to go cooldown reduction, kind of a cooldown reduction build on her just for her W. I think you use her W smart. Get 22 seconds when it's level 5. Because of that cooldown, maybe it's not the best move to level up second. Um, we'll see. We'll see what the E gives us. But yeah, even if you get like 20% cooldown reduction with this 22 seconds, you're looking at like a 18 second cooldown. It's not terrible, honestly, to save your life. It's a really, really strong ability. And I think that's justified, the 22 seconds. All right, moving on. This one doesn't have 3 parts, which is great. Moving on to her Wild Rush E. Um, 40 mana. Again, not a high mana cost here. Um, and her cooldown looks decently long. 15 seconds at level 1, 11 seconds at level 5. And so let's read the ability and let's figure out how this works. Dashes through an enemy or ally, slashing enemies she passes through, dealing 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, up to 90 damage, and gaining, attack speed. She gains attack speed. Huh. 30 attack speed at level 1. That's really good. And 50 attack speed level 5. That's a generous amount of attack speed. That attack speed with her mobility that she gets from her passive, um that's going to be insane. So I think this is the one you want to go second. Just if it's even just for the attack speed, because that's gonna be huge in even in a 2v2 fight in bot lane. Um, he gets it for 3 seconds, which is pretty nice. Killing an enemy champion refreshes its abilities cooldown. Everyone's heard about this one. It's kind of like a Katarina E. Um, but she doesn't blink; she dashes, so it's different in that sense. Looks more like a Yasuo. Shit, I don't know Yasuo's abilities. Yasuo E, I imagine. I think it is. Um, so yeah, it looks more like that, but acts behaves like a Katarina E. So nice. Overall, good stuff there. I think this is definitely the ability you want to go second. It's lower on that mana, so earlier in her levels, it's not going to be as taxing for her to be using this and spamming this and getting that 50% attack speed. I'm assuming it just continues. It's not like you use it once, you kill an enemy. If you use it again, you're gonna refresh that 50% attack speed cooldown for 3 seconds, which is gonna be insane in a team fight. I think she's gonna be a great team fighter. I think she's gonna be a great duelist. I don't know. Rito is a great champ, and I think they've tried to balance her how they think would be useful. But in lower elo, like plat and below, she's gonna be a menace, man. She can do it all. She can duel. She can, play AD carry. She can assassinate. Like, my God, she's gonna be crazy. And I can't wait to see what kind of builds people come up with her on her. And then obviously the last but not least, the beautiful ultimate Inferno trigger is her R. 3 second cooldown, which doesn't make sense. I don't know how. Let's go read her passive again. Passive doesn't have a cooldown or anything. There's no mention of a cooldown at least. So I'm not sure how this 3 second cooldown works here. But it costs 0 mana. So really late game, she's not gonna have any mana issues. So I don't know that Essence Reaver is the build on her. We'll have to see. Um, Samira can only use this ability if her current style rating is S. I imagine after, so I think we saw it in the video. It looks like after her alt is cast, she gets the flames on the bottom of her screen, and after her alt is cast, it looks like you have to reset her passive resets, and you have to get her S back again a second time. But does that mean that once you get it back, you can just alt again? Is she really just a Katarina? Katarina has to kill like 2 to 3 champs, depending on her cooldown reduction, to get her ult back. Looks like Samira has to kill a champ. She doesn't have to kill a champ, I guess. But She just has to spend a little bit of time earning that S, but it looks like she can ult again, which is insane. Like I said, I think Rito did a decent job of balancing her, but that's not balanced. That's not balanced at all. Um, so let's read it really quickly and see how it works. She unleashes a torrent of shots from her weapon, wildly shooting all enemies surrounding her 10 times over 2 seconds. So it lasts 2 seconds. She shoots 10 times, all enemies in the range, each shot dealing 10 to 30 plus 60% AD physical damage and applying lifesteal. Wow. That again points towards like a Hextech build. That would be very nice. Or like a Death's Dance. Death's Dance would be insane. Um, each shot can also critically strike. Wow. Okay. So I'm seeing a crit build. I'm seeing kind of like a sustain type, maybe a bruiser build. I'm also seeing a assassin build, just straight up just go in there with all your AD and burst through any armor they have with lethality. And I'm also seeing a hybrid build, because this does magic damage here, and then her passive does magic damage. Um, her melee auto attacks deal magic damage. So a hex tech into like I don't know, like a Nash's Tooth or something like that. Very viable build or something like that. I don't know. We'll have to see how things kind of play out, but I think that's definitely a possibility. The other thing that maybe a Ginsu's. Um, that's another thing that we'll have to test. Does her Ginsu stack up her passive faster? Probably not because it says unique. But if it did, that would be really cool. Very broken, honestly, but I don't think it will. I think that won't work. But we'll have to see again. I don't know. Um, I don't think I don't think a rapid fire cannon is necessary on her. I think you can get away with Phantom Dancer for her Zeal item. Definitely, because you don't need that. You don't need that rapid fire cannon because she has that dash on her passive, right? And then you don't really need. I don't think you need the wave clear. I think her Q is on a sufficient enough cooldown where you can wave clear with her Q, her melee form Q, um, and her melee form autos, and that'll be enough. I think or EQW. I think the wave is gone, honestly. Um, so I don't think you need the wave clear. So you don't need static shiv. I think Phantom Dancer is going to be the zeal item for her. And again, like I'm saying, I don't think she needs Essence Reaver. I think we can go IE. I think we can greed for that IE. And then a Death's Dance because she has that insane healing. Um, and then I don't think you need a Bloodthirster, but you could go that direction if you wanted to, or you can. Who knows, man? There's so many possibilities here. Uh, but it looks like stacking AD. If you're playing her AD carry, stacking AD might be the way to go because all her damage comes from that AD stack. But if you're playing her in a different lane, you could probably mix it up if you need that magic damage or whatever, the tank. I also feel like she might be good into jungle. I don't know why. It makes me feel like that because her passive with the knockup for that gank, um, her dash to get on the target after she knocks him up, and then her Q just being an execute mixed with any damage your laners can provide, or sorry, her auto attack being an execute, and the Q being such a nice ability. You can use 3 ways. I think she's gonna be a great jungler, especially because you can just use her melee Q in the jungle camps and clear. Like red side is gonna be a breeze for her with all this AoE damage that she has with her Q and W. Um, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to try her out in all these roles. I think she can play any role except support. I'm gonna go off on a limb and say that. Let me know what you guys think, but I think that's where it's looking like she's headed. I'm excited. I'm probably gonna main this champ. Because I play a lot of mid lane. I play a lot of ADC, and this champ looks amazing. Like I feel like I can take her anywhere and have decent success with her. Um, and the skin, right, did a great job. She looks, quite frankly, she looks pretty hot. um, I would not want to mess with her. Just saying. Oh, let's go look at these effects. Purple hair, I dig it. Looks really good. This is her backing animation. Definitely different from the other one that we saw. Okay, interesting. I don't know what that was about, but not bad. See if I can make it full screen here for you guys. Again, splash art, amazing job, Rito.
I really gotta check these more often.
That's the same. Emotes look the same here.
Signals. On me.
That's the same. I think I'm gonna have to get this skin if I get this champ. The skin is too nice. She looks too hot. I'm just a man, Rito. That's her laugh. Not bad. Evil,
You're dead.
but not annoying. Ooh, that auto attack looks very nice. Reminds me of like when Jin came out. His auto attack looks so nice. That's what it looks like. Ooh, that's her Q. Looks a lot like her auto attack. That's a nice Q. That looks nice. Looks very, very, very nice.
Only need one eye to hit my.
Oh wow, that looks so good. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to get this skin. So when she dashes like that, it looks like she plants like little line. Ooh, the bottom flame thing. That looks really good too. Yeah, I think this is the skin to win here, boys. I think yeah, looks pretty good. I'm excited. That alt looks so good. Oh my god. That's her auto attack. Looks nice. And the same death animation. Nice. Overall, I'm hyped, super hyped. We have Championship LeBlanc here, which I actually haven't seen, but I'll look at that later. Psyop skin line looks pretty good too. They got some pretty good champs on there actually, so I might pick some of those other skin lines up. But overall, I think she looks very, very promising. Remember to like, comment, subscribe. I want to see what roles you guys think she'll be good in. What builds you guys think will be good on her, and what runes. We didn't even talk about runes, but honestly, I could see her taking Conqueror and doing so well with it. I'm not sure if Conqueror will stack differently based off her form, or if it'll always just be the ranged form that she gets. But we'll have to see. These are all these questions that we have. We'll have to kind of play her and figure it out. But yeah, thank you for watching, guys. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. There'll be a lot of Samira gameplay once I can get my hands on her. And we're definitely gonna keep theorycrafting here with her. So thanks for watching, guys. Artifact signing off.